What if I told you the airline charging you $29 for a flight is often more profitable than the airline charging $329 for the exact same route? Sounds backwards, right? Because budget airlines look cheap, cramped, and, let's be honest, mildly stressful. Meanwhile, legacy airlines offer free snacks, loyalty programs, airport lounges, and smiling flight attendants calling you sir. Think legacy airlines like British Airways, Lufthansa, Delta, or Air France. So how are the cheap airlines making more money? Let's break it down. Today we're diving into why budget airlines often outperform traditional airlines financially, and how their entire business model is basically a masterclass in ruthless efficiency. 1. They strip the product down to the bare minimum. Legacy airlines don't just sell transportation, they sell an experience. This is the model used by airlines like British Airways, Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and United. You're paying for brand reputation, cabin ambiance, complimentary snacks, and loyalty points you'll maybe use someday. Budget airlines, they sell point A to point B, nothing more. Think Ryanair, EasyJet, Spirit Airlines, Frontier, and Wizz Air. Your seat reclines less. Your legroom is tighter. Your tray table feels like it might fold under the weight of a laptop. But here's the thing. None of that actually stops the plane from flying. By removing anything that doesn't directly move you from one city to another, budget airlines dramatically cut weight, staffing needs, cleaning time, and catering contracts. Every extra pillow, meal, or amenity adds cost, not just to provide it, but to manage it at scale. Legacy airlines accept those costs because they're protecting their brand. Budget airlines simply don't care. 2. Ancillary fees are a profit machine. This is where budget airlines really start cooking. That cheap ticket is psychological. It gets you through the door. Ryanair has openly said its ticket prices are designed just to get you to book. Once you're booking, suddenly you're paying for a carry-on, a checked bag, choosing your seat, sitting next to your travel partner, boarding before Zone 97, snacks, drinks, and sometimes even printing your boarding pass. And here's the genius move. Each fee feels small, $12 here, $18 there, $9 for a seat that's slightly less terrible. But collectively, those fees can double or triple the base fare. Spirit Airlines and Frontier are famous for earning a massive share of revenue this way. Some ultra-low-cost carriers make more money per passenger from extras than from the ticket itself. Legacy airlines also charge fees, but they can't push it as far without damaging their premium image. Delta or British Airways can't charge for everything without backlash. Budget airlines, their entire identity is built around it. 3. One plane type equals insane cost efficiency. Most budget airlines operate a single aircraft model. Both Southwest and Ryanair famously flies only Boeing 737s, while EasyJet sticks largely to Airbus A320s. That decision alone saves them hundreds of millions over time. Why? Because pilots only train on one plane. Mechanics only specialize in one system. Spare parts inventories stay simple, and scheduling crews becomes far easier. If a pilot calls in sick, replacing them is easier. If a plane breaks, fixing it is faster. If something goes wrong, the solution is standardized. Legacy airlines operate mixed fleets, narrow body, wide body, regional jets, and long-haul aircraft. Airlines like Lufthansa, American Airlines, or Air France fly dozens of aircraft types. That flexibility helps with global routes, but it destroys efficiency. More planes, more training, more complexity, more cost. Budget airlines choose boredom over beauty, and it pays. 4. Faster turnarounds means more money per plane. Airplanes only make money when they're in the air, so budget airlines obsess over one thing: turnaround time. The moment a plane lands, the clock starts. Cabin crew cleans fast. Passengers board fast. No seatback screens. No complicated meal service. Many budget airlines like Ryanair aim for 25 minutes or less on the ground. That lets them squeeze in more daily flights, higher aircraft utilization, more revenue per plane. Legacy airlines take longer because more passengers, more baggage, more catering, and more service complexity, British Airways or Emirates often require far longer turnaround times. A plane that flies one extra route per day can generate millions more per year with almost no additional fixed cost. 5. They avoid expensive airports like the plague. Major airports are expensive, really expensive. Landing fees, gate leases, congestion delays, staffing costs, the list goes on. Legacy airlines rely on massive hub airports to run their networks. Think Heathrow for British Airways, Frankfurt for Lufthansa, or Atlanta for Delta. Budget airlines do the opposite. They target secondary airports, regional fields, underused terminals. For example, Ryanair often flies into airports an hour outside major cities. These airports charge lower fees, have less air traffic, turn planes faster, and sometimes even offer financial incentives. That's why you'll land near a major city, but not quite in it. For the airline, the savings are massive. For you, the trade-off is an extra train ride. 6. Labor costs are ruthlessly optimized. This is where things get uncomfortable, but it matters. Legacy airlines are old companies. That means decades of union contracts, pension obligations, and seniority-based pay scales. American Airlines and Lufthansa still carry labor structures built decades ago. Those costs don't disappear when demand drops. Budget airlines are newer, and they built their labor models differently. They often hire younger crews, use simpler contracts, offer performance-based incentives, and keep staffing levels tight. This is common at airlines like Spirit, Wizz Air, and Ryanair. They also cross-train employees, so fewer people can do more jobs. It's not glamorous, but financially, it's extremely effective. 7. No loyalty, no problem. Legacy airlines spend billions on loyalty programs, miles, status tiers, elite benefits, lounges, think Avios, Sky Miles, miles and more. Those programs work, but they're expensive. Budget airlines skip all of that. They don't need you to stay loyal. They just need you to search flights, sort by lowest price, finally click book. In a price-driven market, loyalty matters less than people think. Most passengers will switch airlines for a $20 difference. Budget airlines bet on that behavior and win. 8. Simpler routes, simpler operations. Legacy airlines operate complex global networks. That means connecting flights, missed connections, rebookings, hotel vouchers, customer service chaos. This is common with hub-and-spoke systems like Delta or Air France. Budget airlines favor point-to-point routes. No connections, no baggage transfers, no domino effect when one flight is delayed. Fewer variables equals fewer problems, which equals lower costs. 9. Lower expectations means fewer headaches. This one is subtle but powerful. When you fly a budget airline, your expectations are low. No one boards Ryanair expecting luxury. If everything goes smoothly, you're pleasantly surprised. When a legacy airline messes up, passengers feel betrayed. Lower expectations mean fewer refunds, fewer compensation claims, less customer service overhead. Budget airlines design their model around predictable dissatisfaction and manage it efficiently. 10. Dynamic pricing is weaponized. Budget airlines constantly adjust prices in real time. Ryanair, EasyJet, and Spirit use aggressive algorithmic pricing models. Low demand? Ultra-cheap fares fill empty seats. High demand? Prices quietly climb, sometimes higher than legacy airlines. They're not afraid to raise prices because their cost base stays low. Even half-full flights can still be profitable. Legacy airlines rely more on predictable pricing structures tied to hubs and loyalty expectations. Think British Airways or Delta pricing stability around hub routes. Budget airlines treat pricing like a stock market. 11. Less customer service means lower overhead. Ever tried calling a budget airline? Exactly. They intentionally push everything online, limit phone support, automate refunds and changes, charge for human interaction. Spirit and Ryanair often charge change or service fees that legacy airlines absorb. That's not accidental. It's strategic. Customer service departments are expensive. Budget airlines reduce that cost by design. 12. Marketing is cheap and direct. Legacy airlines run massive brand campaigns. British Airways, Emirates, and Qatar Airways invest heavily in brand storytelling. Budget airlines, flash sales, email blasts, aggressive app notifications, and even only 3 seats left countdowns. Ryanair and EasyJet are famous for blunt, sales-driven marketing. Their marketing is transactional, not emotional. They don't sell dreams, they sell urgency. 13. Volume beats margin. Budget airlines are built for scale. If they make a small profit per passenger, but fly tens of millions of passengers per year, the math gets wild. Southwest, Ryanair, and EasyJet each carry more passengers annually than many legacy airlines. Legacy airlines aim for higher margins per customer. Budget airlines aim for relentless throughput. Different philosophies, same sky. 14. The model is built for bad times. When travel demand drops, legacy airlines bleed cash. Budget airlines shrink routes and survive. During downturns, airlines like Ryanair and Southwest historically recover faster than legacy peers. Lower fixed costs mean they can endure downturns better. That resilience makes investors very happy. Budget airlines don't win because they're nicer. They win because they're engineered. Every inconvenience you experience is usually a deliberate financial decision. And the wild part, most passengers will still choose them because price almost always wins. So budget airlines aren't cheap because they're barely surviving. They're cheap because they've removed emotional decisions, optimized every operational detail, monetized everything optional, and refused to chase prestige. Legacy airlines sell comfort and loyalty. Budget airlines sell efficiency and volume. Neither is better. They just play completely different games. So be honest. Would you rather pay more for comfort or save money and raw dog the flight experience? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you enjoy breaking down how companies actually make money, hit subscribe. Because once you see the business side, you'll never look at a $29 flight the same way again. Thanks for watching, and safe travels.